Yeah, sometimes that when you're not playing well offensively, it can affect what you're trying to do defensively. There seemed to be more confusion, I think, on the court on that end of the floor, on the defensive end, than we anticipated. So I gotta make sure that I've created enough clarity for these guys. SGA scored 7 points on a empty wing ISO. That's our normal defense. It's on the coverage board. We're supposed to be in a flood. We didn't get to a flood. Coming out of a timeout, we were supposed to be in a zone. 3 guys knew it. Like, again, if I got to say it 9 times, I'll say it 9 times. So I'll take some ownership on that. The offense, they force you at times to be a little disorganized because of how good Caruso and Wallace are individually. There's nothing scheme-wise that we weren't ready for. Just didn't do a good job execution on that end.
You guys were able to at least have it be a competitive game in the third quarter and fourth quarter compared to the first half. Where was there an improvement in execution that you saw?
I thought we passed the ball a little bit better to each other. There was a few good offensive sets and early offense that got us good looks. I think overall, though, they gave us the advantage a lot. We didn't take advantage of it. We've worked on our shock offense almost every shoot around that we've had, and we kept rolling through the short roll and got too deep on that, and then the advantage was gone. Instead of being able to get the ball there, play 4-on-3, we did it once, we scored. It's just little execution things. We'll continue to get better.
You consider every game to be some sort of challenge or measuring stick, whatever. Does this result make you evaluate the other 11 games at all in any different manner?
I think you have to look big picture, and then you have to look with where your team is at right now. And I don't think it's been a great road trip for us, just in terms of how we played. Second half against Charlotte, I liked everything that I saw. But the Atlanta game and tonight I don't think are reflective of who the group is going to be, but it clearly is who the group is right now. And so we've got to course correct.
A game that, once you create an advantage, you have to be decisive. Just the decisiveness, how would you evaluate that from the group tonight?
Like a 0 out of 10 probably for most of the game. Again, they close out, or you're playing at a closeout and you don't shoot it, you got to drive it. And too many times we were hesitant. I do think they make you do that. Just watching them again, you come away every time you watch them, Wallace and Caruso, and of course Dort, like those 3 guys in particular, they take such great pride on the ball. And we didn't do a good job of screening either. So again, lots to clean up. It's nothing that we can't clean up. They're the world champions, and they've got the best record in the league. What they've been able to do over the last 4 or 5 years to build this thing and have continuity and clarity is really impressive. And they're a tough opponent, and we, like most teams in the NBA, they're not going to beat themselves. You got to be at your best to beat them.
JJ, I know obviously your focus is on your team, but when you see Shai and his just sort of consistency, and that, not just in production, but like in attention, there was a 3-pointer he missed in like the third quarter. I think they were up 30 at the time, and he reacted like it was like a swing dagger 3. Just like how dangerous of a player is he with that type of attitude?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a killer, just like a lot of the best players in the world are. He's the MVP for a reason. I think he gets the warranted amount of attention and scheming from opposing defenses like we did, and he's still going to figure out a way to get 30. I mean, he's just a really, really good basketball player. Yep, thank you.
Get blown out by the Thunder. They were never really in this one, fellas. OKC used a 40-20 second quarter to kind of blow this game open early. Listen, OKC's the deepest team in the league. They're missing a couple of key players, still had 7 guys in double figures. They're the best defensive team in the league. Statistically and in every way possible, they're the first team to hold the Lakers to 100 points. Lakers only 92 tonight. In big game, they're the front runners, bottom line, to repeat as champions, at least early in the season. They're 12-1.
They're on their way, Geeter. Reminds me of some of the great dynasties of the past. You know, Robert Horry's team.
Remember, you didn't mention his team. Let's talk about the meetings.
But it does remind me of, you know, some of the greats. You know, Chicago, San Antonio, Lakers. You know, they have a formula, and you know, once you get the formula, you know, and you believe in it and it works for you, all you do is stick in different parts, and it doesn't matter. This team is strong, and you know, Geeter, you mentioned that Shea has sit out 7 fourth quarters.
7 of 12 fourth quarters.
See,
He has not been in the
that
game.
reminds me of championship teams
Yes.
that take care of business.
They're resting.
But they take away whatever you think you're going to run offensively, they just take it away. No pick and roll. You got to move the ball a lot and make that defense work. I just don't think the Lakers' offense was conducive to the type of defense that Oklahoma was playing tonight. Their bench performed well, over 20-something points, maybe more.
They're 49.
So, yeah, that's a well-oiled team ready to repeat if nobody gets in the way of them.
Machine.
But let's give credit where credit's due. It's the only time this team is ever going to get credit for anything. The Clippers. Let's give credit.
Talking about the Shea Gilgeous trade?
Yes, the Shea Gilgeous trade and all the picks they got. So Sam Presti, you get a worthy clap, but not from me. But you got to look at the way this team was constructed from day one. They put all these young pieces together, and they waited. You know, you think about, you know, the trust the process, what the Sixers tried to do. But the one thing that they did, they stayed healthy. They kept, meaning the OKC kept trusting the process. They brought in these young players. And they didn't just bring in young players because they were you're the most talented. You're the young player we're bringing that's going to fit this system. You're going to come in and we make all of y'all friends. You know, I think about, you know, our team in 2000, outside of Kobe, we were all around the same age. You know, Kobe was, you know, what, 10 years younger than us? But this team is all around the same age. And when you got teams that's around the same age, you kind of bond a little bit more because you have some similarities. You talk about the same thing. And this team